Hello everyone, how are you doing? Happy Monday. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you had a lovely Thanksgiving, and I hope you're ready to start the week and actually tomorrow to start a brand new month and the last month of 2020. Wow. This year has really flown by, even with everything, with all the pandemic, bad news, and all the deaths all over the world and in America. It's just funny how fast time has flown by. I pray that 2021 will be the best year ever for everyone. I pray that all these vaccines that are coming up will be effective and they will completely finally eradicate this vaccine. And I pray for all the families who've lost loved ones. May you find comfort and peace, and may you find meaning and just continue to have sweet memories of your loved ones. So I hope you're all doing well there, and I hope you're all getting ready for Christmas. So I wanted to come on today to talk about 2 dating tips for single women. Because again, a lot of my videos where I talk about relationships, where I talk about my marriage and my divorce, I see that you guys really enjoy the videos. There are obviously still many single women out there, and I've been there, so I empathize with you. I understand how you feel. I know how it can be tough, especially in the holiday time. I'm telling you, the 10 years that I was single, I guess I wasn't quite single the whole 10 years when I was divorced, because I did have, like I've told you on some of my videos, I did have a 4-year serious relationship right after my divorce for 4 years. So that was fun. But after that relationship ended, I was single for quite a while. So I was single for, let me see, I think from 2014 till 2017, or was it 2018 when I met my husband? I'm getting the dates mixed up, but anyway, I was single for about 3 or 4 years, and 2 out of those 4 years were intentional. I actually decided to take time off from dating completely, just to get to rediscover myself, to spend time alone, and those years were wonderful. So sometimes it's okay to do that, women. So I'm doing this video specifically because I wanted to give you guys 2 tips, and one of them I've given it before, but I wanted to remind you. I know I've done a few videos about dating tips, dating advice for single women and all that, but some of you still message me and tell me that some of the videos that I post are really referring to women who've already found a boyfriend, and I'm giving them tips, right, on how to make sure that they deal with that dating relationship well, so that if they do want to get married to the guy, he'll propose to them. So some of you have messaged me and said, what about us that are even just finding it difficult to find a boyfriend? So I decided, okay, I'm going to give you 2 tips that actually did help me. Again, I'm going to start by saying that some of you women, and even some of the younger ones, but a lot of the middle-aged women, I feel like you've given up on dating. You've given up on finding a partner for yourself. Some of you are in your 40s, 50s. I've even heard from a couple women who are in their 60s who are like, oh, you're so lucky, Dr. Iyabo, you got married at 50. I've given up the idea. I don't think I'll ever meet someone. Never ever give up that idea, because if you still have it in your mind that you want to get married, then God has somebody out there for you. I believe that every single person who has the desire to get married has a partner waiting for them somewhere. And I believe that if you continue to trust and work towards it, you will find someone. But the main number 1 tip I wanted to give today is, okay, women, if you do still want to meet somebody, that person isn't going to fly into your home or magically find you. So if you've lost the drive to be able to go out, and I know there's a pandemic, so this is kind of awkward, and the tip I'm going to give you now is going to be a little bit modified, because we can't really go out and meet people. And when you're middle age, most of us are not even that social, but we can't even go to parties or restaurants or all of that anymore. But the main thing I wanted to say, that my number 1 tip is, you cannot give up on dating. And my number 1 tip, exactly how I want to point it out, is go out and date men that you know that you could never even get married to. And hold on with me 1 second. I know some of you probably won't agree. You probably don't think it's wise, but honestly, a lot of us women, once we start to get frustrated with the idea that we haven't met somebody, we're not meeting anybody, we start to get a little bit into our masculinity. We start to get defensive. We start to get desperate. We start to do. It's the 4 Ds here. It's the Ds. We get desperate. We get defensive. We feel like we have to do so much to attract this partner. So when we do find the partner that we do like, that we feel like, oh yes, this is the guy, he's checking 8 to 9 out of my list of 10, I feel like I could get married to him. We start to overdo the prospects of wanting to marry him. And the more you move towards a guy, the more he's going to pull away. Yeah, it's like push and pull. If you're pushing yourself towards a guy and making it obvious to him that you can't do without him, you want him to propose, you want to do, you want to cook him meals 5 times a day, you want to text him and ask for dates, you want to check in and see how was work today. Once you're doing, you're going from your nice, soft femininity and confident self into your masculine self. So a lot of us women, once we start getting frustrated with the dating game and we feel we're not meeting anyone, we get overly desperate and we start to do too much, and that puts us in our masculine. And I know that I've been there where, I've met guys and I just thought, oh yes, this guy checks all the boxes, and I just start to get overly enthusiastic. And the more you get overly enthusiastic with a guy that hasn't proposed to you or gotten married to you, the more he pulls away. So we don't even give them a chance to get to know us. So anyway, the number 1 tip I want to give you is, if you've stopped dating and you've lost the hope of dating, and you only want to date guys that you know you can get married to, how are you going to practice the art of dating? So my number 1 tip for you today is, I want you, if you feel you haven't met anybody that checks all the boxes, I want you to start dating the guys that don't even check the boxes. I know that this is counterintuitive, but I'm telling you it works, because it helps you practice the art of dating. It helps you sit in your femininity. It helps you experience the feeling of being wanted by a man again, the feeling of being chased by a man, the feeling of a man telling you how beautiful, how sexy, how sultry you look, all of that. You don't have to only date guys that you feel you can get married to, because what that's going to do is it's going to make you overly desperate and overly put in the doing mode. You get what I'm saying? So you have to, so let's say you're on Match.com, and okay, yes, let's just say it now. My second tip is, you have to start online dating. I don't know what to say to you women. If you're in your 40s, 50s, even 30s, young women in their 20s are on online dating. So why shouldn't you be on online dating? I'm not really sure. You guys have to get that mindset out of your heads about that everybody on online dating on Match.com is crazy. I mean, think about it. How can that be statistically true? There's thousands of men on Match.com. How can all of them be crazy and all of them be murderers? I mean, think about it yourself. That can't be true. I met my husband on Match.com. Yes, there were many men that messaged me that I was not interested in, but I went out on many dates. I didn't only go out on men. Obviously, if the guy doesn't fit your criteria at all, then don't go out on a date. But if he fits, if he checks out maybe 2 or 3 or 4 of the things you're looking for in a guy, go out and enjoy a nice meal. Again, I don't know how you guys are dating now in the pandemic, but I believe somebody was telling me you're doing more online meetups, and that makes it even easier. Go on Match.com, start chatting with the guy, meet on Zoom, have a date on Zoom or whatnot. And if you do decide you want to meet each other out there, I guess you have to get tested for COVID. Somebody did some research, and I think that's how the dating field is now. But Open yourself up to meet some guys online, not only the guys you feel that you can date. So let me just give a random example. If you only want to, and I'm going to come to this because if you're thinking this is also wrong. Let's say you only want to date black guys. Open your mind up to Asian guys, Hispanic guys, date them as well. The only thing I do want to say here is please do not have sex with all these guys. If you know that you can't control yourself and you're going to be going home with all of them and having sex, then this advice is null and void for you. But it's just going out on a date. Don't go to his home. Don't invite him to your home. Go out to the park, take a walk together, go out and have an outdoor meal. Just make yourself feel nice and feminine. And during all those dates, you'll be practicing how, it feels to be with a guy. But if you haven't gone out on a date in 7 years, and then you just want to go onto Match.com and only select the guy that you feel that you could get married to, and then you hyper focus on that guy, what's going to happen is he's probably going to sense that you're very desperate, you want him, and he's going to pull away, and he may never pull back to you. Some guys pull away and then they come back if you know how to. Like, I've given some tips to women who've signed up for my relationship coaching, and a few of them have tried the tips I did because these guys were pulling away from them and they were confused. Like, it seemed like he liked me, but then I was texting him and planning some dates, and then he pulled away, and I gave them the tips on what to do. And those guys are pulling back, moving forward back to them. But if you're hyper focused on only one guy, that guy is eventually going to sense that you're desperate to have him, and he's going to pull away, and he may pull away for good, and you may not see him. If you're running after him, planning all the dates, inviting him over for meals, like my Nigerian sisters, cooking jollof rice and pounded yam and all the foods for him, he's going to run away. You're giving him all the marriage privileges before he even proposes to you, and this scares some guys, So have fun. Start dating, and start dating guys that you don't even expect to get married to. Obviously, you're not going to tell them, I'm just going out with you for fun, I never want to get married to you. No, hush, you don't have to say that. But practice it. It even helps you start to dress up, start to look cute, start to, and really enjoy your femininity. Again, you put your lashes on, you do your makeup, you sit down at dinner or at lunch with a guy, you're talking, he's telling you how attractive he is, you're both sharing your travel stories, all sorts of stories. It makes you feel really good. I did this for quite a while, where I wasn't serious with anyone. After I broke up, my 4-year relationship ended. For 2 years after that, I was going out on a lot of dates, and I believe that really helped me just sit in my femininity, just get very, soft and confident and sultry again. I didn't have to do anything. A lot of them liked me. I just didn't like them, and they would plan, dates over and over. And when I started seeing that it was getting too serious on their part, I would just say, you know what? I don't really think we should continue because I don't think this is the right fit for me. And you just break it off and go on to the next person. But I didn't have sex with them. I'm just saying, go out on a date with them just to practice the art of dating and to start to get the confidence that, yes, some men actually still want you. They still want to go out on a date with you. You get what I'm saying? And then that will help you practice. So when the guy does show up that you could get married to, you won't be hyper focused on him. I don't see anything wrong with dating 2 or 3 guys at the same time before you get exclusive with the one you really want, because that helps you from being so desperate and so hyper focused on the guy you want. And this is how guys date. This is why they don't usually get hyper focused on one girl until they start to fall in love with that girl. Then they want to forget all the other girls and they get hyper focused on one. So guys rarely just meet one girl and get hyper focused on them. They date a few girls and then they see which one they want. They see which one, is compatible with them. So this works, because if you just stay home in your misery and sadness and you don't want to date because you feel that perfect guy you're looking for, you can't find him, you're going to stay single forever. So you need to get up, go and join online dating. Those are my 2 tips. Number 1, there's no guy that is going to fly into your home magically. You have to go out and, put yourself out there. And the best way to put yourself out there, especially in this pandemic, even before the pandemic, online dating was big, and many people have met their soulmates on online dating. Many. And they're happily married today. You can do a Google search. I met my husband on Match.com, and he's English. I prayed to God for a European man. I prayed to God for a tall man, and I found an English guy who was 6'4" and who checked a lot of my other things. We have so much in common. Even though I'm from Nigeria and he's from England, he had visited Nigeria many times for business before I even met him. So it's like, you have to put yourself out there. If I didn't go back and join Match.com, how would I have met him? So stop reducing your own opportunities. Whether you're 30, 40, 50, 60, go and join online dating. Even 70s, people in their 70s join online dating for seniors and they meet people. So relax, loosen up. All the people on online dating are not murderers, okay? They are not murderers. Use your intuition. Yes, and when you're meeting them, make sure you meet them in a public space. All that's common sense, obviously. You could meet somebody offline who is also a murderer, right? You could be walking in a park and somebody says hi to you and you start dating. How do you know he's not a murderer? Or you go to a bookshop and somebody winks at you. How do you know he's not a murderer? It's the same thing. Use your wisdom and your intuition. So those are my 2 tips. Number 1 is join online dating and start meeting guys, start chatting with guys, start doing video dates with guys. And if you decide you want to meet them out there, I guess you have to get COVID tested or something, or you have to wear your masks. Just make sure you do it safely as per COVID standards. And meet a lot of men that you even know that you could get married, that you could never get married to. Because you need to practice and you need to start sitting in your femininity and letting guys take care of you and pay for dates and plan dates and tell you how beautiful you look, so that you don't feel like you're just, you're a lost commodity. I hate to call us women commodities, but you get what I'm saying. You have to know that you're still attractive. Men are still attracted to you. So number 1, tip, join online dating, which I've said many times. I've even made a reel about it. And be open to people of of other race and of other ethnicity. If you're a black woman only looking for black men, you'll be looking for a long time. Okay, God created all of us. We're all human. Nobody said that if you marry a black man, your marriage will be perfect and you'll be good and you won't have any problems. That's not true. Black women are scared of dating white men because we think, there's going to be a cultural clash, his family won't like me. I had in-law problems and I married a Nigerian man who was a Yoruba man. So, and meanwhile I met my husband now who's English, whose dad is just a lovely man and he adores me and my daughters. He's about to be 89 years old. So, forget all those myths. They're all lies and myths. Because you marry somebody who's black doesn't mean that your life is going to be lovely and hunky-dory. It all depends on compatibility and on the grace of God, okay? So if God knows that your soulmate is going to be a Korean guy and you don't open yourself up to meet a Korean guy, then you're blocking your own chances. So stop looking at color, stop looking at ethnicity, look at other things like personality, like, a compatibility, like the morals you both have, all of that, the way you're attracted to them. It's just, there's so many other things than the superficial skin color and superficial where they're from. The family of a Korean guy or Hispanic guy could love you, and the family of the black guy you want to be with by all means doesn't like you. So guys, let's put all that out of it. This is 2020, about to be 2021. Be wise. So those are the 2 tips. Again, I know I've repeated myself. Join online dating and be open to other ethnicities and people of other skin color, And the most important one is go out and start dating guys that you know you probably would never get married to, so that you can start to practice the art of dating, so that you can start to feel loved, feel cared for, feel that you're still attractive, and just have fun and loosen up, so that you don't start to get desperate or hyper focused on only one guy that you know you want to get married to. Because if you're hyper focused on him, he's going to run away from you. With guys, the more you move towards them and show that you're desperate, the more they're running away to another girl that they can chase. Okay, so I hope this video helped. If it helped, please post a comment. Let me know how you feel about it. Let me know if you agree, disagree or not. Post a comment if you love it. Remember to please like this video and please tap the subscribe button, because I'll be having a lot more relationship videos. My name is Dr. Iyabo. I'm all about helping you build wealth, helping you become successful entrepreneurs by using your creative skills, and helping you have loving, wonderful relationships. If you're single, I help you find the love of your life. If you're married, I will help you figure out what may be going on in your marriage and how to fix it. And I offer a lot of lifestyle tips, from fashion to makeup to skincare to self-confidence, social media tips, and all of that. So this is a page where you can come to for business and finances, and how to live a purpose-driven life and a fulfilling life, and also how to find the love of your life. Okay, so I hope you'll subscribe, I hope you like this video, and I hope you'll comment, and I will see you soon with another relationship video and with other videos on my page. And if you love my page, tell your friends and family also to come and subscribe. Thank you very much. And if my tips are helping you find the love of your life, please make sure you let me know. I always love to hear success stories, because from the last videos I've posted, a few of you have messaged me on how you're starting to see changes in your relationships, and that makes me so happy. Okay, take care. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.